Sorry, Katie podcast, episode 901. What a treat.
This is a good way to kick off 901, our 900s.
900s. Well, boy, do we have a surprise. I mean, you know how on this show we constantly say we're going to do stuff. Constantly.
All the time. All the time.
We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to have a live event. We're going to blah, blah, blah. And we don't do any of it.
Sometimes. I mean, you know.
I mean, Sarah, that's nice. But we overpromise, okay? Mm-hmm. Not today. Mm. We followed through.
Today we're delivering.
Sarah wanted an audience.
Okay.
And Sarah got an audience. Welcome to the show, Tiffany, our beloved friend.
Hello.
Tiffany, I can't believe this is happening.
I'm so excited.
In real life. I mean, you may have seen Tiffany on My Life on the D-List as she was Kathy Griffin's assistant. Mm-hmm. And I can see why she was Kathy Griffin's assistant, because every comic loves an audience. And Tiffany does not disappoint. Some people have that thing where they think stuff's funny and they have that contagious laugh.
Yep.
And it doesn't seem forced either. What's that about? Is it real?
It's real.
I always ask you that. I'm like, do you know? Because how could it be? Like everything is hilarious to you. And that's why you're here. And I already told her we have no format, we have no structure, we have no rules. We're just going to shoot the breeze.
Just like usual.
If she thinks something's funny, she can laugh. She doesn't have to. Right?
Yeah, and maybe it's like a third brain for when I'm trying to pull the celebrity out of thin air.
Yeah.
And I have somebody to be like, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Right.
Is what you meant there.
Well, you've heard the show, Tiff, right? I mean, you know. Yes. Yeah. And you think we're kind of funny, right?
Oh, I was dying the other day when I was listening about your second butthole. Your extra butthole.
Oh, I forgot that was on the air.
I mean, people are really affected by that. I haven't heard from anyone that's like, oh, I have one.
No, yeah, I stopped to check. I was literally doing my hair while I was listening, and I'm like, what's happening back there? Yeah, no.
So you don't?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Just the one.
I'm sorry.
Just the one.
It's just us, Suze. Wow.
I'm not special. You guys are special.
And some people are questioning whether Sarah's is like a legit one. That's something we're going to have to check later.
That's fine. That's fine.
Like I'll have to inspect it.
Yeah, we're going to be together soon. I'll definitely let you look.
Me too.
If there were anybody, like if I had a hemorrhoid and I said, who do I need to look at this?
Yeah.
I would not ask my girlfriend. I mean, we are close and she's in the vicinity.
She's in the things,
but I would ask you before her.
That's right. And I know a lot about that subject.
So there you go.
And I feel like we could even do like a sacral dimple photo shoot. We'll see. We'll start small. We'll just look.
Just draw little mustaches on them. Actually, I have enough hair back there. It probably already looks
really? That is really on your butthole?
Oh, Susie.
What?
Yes.
You don't wax it?
I do. I do. I do it myself, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Because that
but
shit
it's
was
like,
getting expensive.
What's happening right now with it?
I mean, it's like middle growth stage. And then, and I'm a swimmer, so I make sure that's clean as a whistle, as they say.
Right. Yeah, you don't want any drag in the water. Or is this about locker room?
It's about what people could see when I'm doing a flip turn.
Oh my God! You think they could see?
They can't see your
I know. Push. There are lifeguards that sit right above the edge of the pool on their little raised stand, and I am telling you, there are some days if it's a dude up there, I don't even do a flip turn because I know that you could get a full view. Yeah, next time you watch swimming, look at what it looks like if you were to get an overhead view right above a flip turn, and your bathing suit's like up your butt when you swim.
But are we talking about a bush in the front or on your butthole?
We're talking about the whole cheek area between everything. There's just a lot of hair in that whole area.
Okay.
I feel judged.
No, it's just that everyone's different, right? I have a
And
second
I
butthole. Who am I going to
like
judge?
Robin Williams. I have said this.
I'm like Robin Williams. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, thanks for sharing that. Thanks for being vulnerable.
Now you know. It's got a mustache and a goatee and maybe a little bit of neck hair too.
Okay, well, just some background so we're clear about Tiffers. We have been friends for ages because I spotted her in a crowd and recognized her from the television. And
No, you thought I went to your bank or something when we first met.
basically
That was your
I
in.
did.
Maybe that was your
No,
in.
I did what everyone does to us where I'm like, how do I know you? Like, we're friends.
Oh my God.
And it was like, she was so humble that it waited a really long time to like just let me know the truth of it. And I was going on and on like, what could it be? I know you. And then eventually the truth was revealed.
Yeah.
And that poor girl was stuck with me.
Yes.
I mean, because like, I don't know anyone else like you, Tiff, and you are so special and just fun and easy to be with and kind. And so like, I'm not letting go of that.
Oh,
Definitely not.
And
Definitely
now
not.
here she is with us today.
Yeah.
I mean, we've gotten drunk in Vegas.
Last time we were together, I got into a vehicle that wasn't mine. Almost had a Grand Theft Larceny or whatever that Grand Theft Auto. It was about Grand Theft Auto because we were.
And then you got.
And
You
then
had to
I
do
got
a checkpoint or
yes. I was let go. Thank goodness. Did a breathalyzer and everything, and they said carry on your way. But because that's how responsible I am.
Yeah, but we're always biting our nails.
Yeah.
Man.
Because this is our worst fear. Tiff, do you feel this? Because you're like us, you know, a true D-lister.
Yeah.
And like, do you think the only way that people are going to hear from us again is if we get like a DUI or we drug overdose?
Yeah.
Right? Do you live in constant fear like we do? Or
Well, I feel like I'm Z-list, so I feel like you guys would end up on TMZ, but no one would.
no, you for sure
about
would.
Yeah, you for sure would. So
Yeah.
add that to your list of nightmares.
yeah, get worrying.
Yeah.
Oh
If you're
my
not an
God.
overthinker, you're welcome.
All right, Sarah, it's your
Yes.
episode today.
Yes.
But do you have anything you want to share beforehand?
No, I mean, just a lot of fun stuff that I have exciting for
No
you
life
on our
stuff you
episode.
want to open up about.
What do I have life stuff? I just had a little baby shower for my brother's new fiance. They just got engaged.
Were
that
there
was really
games
fun.
involved?
I'm so glad you asked. Yes, there were 2 games. There was one and they both were big successes, big hits. One, I made it very simple. One was a card that, and my aunt had already played this at a previous baby shower. You could like buy this on Amazon. It's a card where you guess or check if this is a picture of a baby belly or a beer belly. And it is way harder than you think.
Really?
Nobody got everything right.
Okay.
So that was very fun, very quick, no big deal. And then the other one was, because it was a co-ed baby shower,
interesting.
we
So progressive.
I got I feel like what's the point? And my brother's so involved in
yeah,
everything.
make those fools go too.
Exactly.
We all hate it.
And
Yeah.
I want him to know that like you have all the same responsibilities. You get to hear about all the same stories, all the same stuff, all that. So it was chug this beer through the baby bottle. And they were all very into it.
Okay.
Especially the little 6-year-old who, of course, was playing with water because we allowed people, and we let that be co-ed too. Anybody who wanted to play. So it was men, women, and even kids. We just said you have to have a bubbly beverage and chug that because that makes it a little harder. And my brother won, my middle brother, who's the engineer, because he's like, yeah, I just use physics. First, I pressurized the inside by shaking it up and then allowed that to do the rest of the work. I'm like, okay, well, you made it boring. So
And like, do you feel like the games are necessary because like you want to break the ice? Is that what it is? Socially?
yeah, and then we played that fun celebrity charades game where you put names into a bucket, and then the first round you get to use whatever you want to answer the question. The second round you just say one word, and the third round you just do it charades with no talking. Oh, it was so fun and such a hit.
Tiffany,
And-
do you know that game?
I do not.
She acts
it's
like
a
we
very
should know
fun
it.
game. It's like a new take on charades. I think they call it celebrity. I don't know, but it's very
Okay.
fun.
That's cute.
And so to get people mingling, and because even though we just all wanted to hang out for a long time, there were a lot of
Yeah,
friends that were
that's
flew in
cute.
from far away, and we were there for like 6 hours.
yeah, right. It's a marathon.
And I didn't want to kick anybody out, and nobody wanted to leave. So to me, I threw a great party.
Good for you, Sarah.
Thank you,
It's not
Suze.
easy. It's not easy, especially a baby shower, because they suck
Well, I
so
had
bad.
Excel spreadsheets and
Wow.
oh yeah.
Good for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So
I'll tell you what else is fun, and that is saving money with Rocket Money.
I was just going through mine today.
I use the brain candy code and I signed up.
No,
I use it.
Thank you, Tim.
Guys, we didn't even pay her to say that.
No,
Guys,
we
we're not
did
even
not.
paying her to be here.
Good point.
I can get paid. I can
You know what? Podcasting's rough these days. Who's to say?
Listen,
But-
we're giving you coupon codes. What do you want from
That's
us?
why. That's actually part of why I want to sing their praises, because you may have seen, Sarah, on the Brain Candy Instagram. I think I put it. This is no joke.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe how much money you saved.
Yeah,
Oh,
they negotiated a bill
my
for me,
God.
and I didn't have to do anything. I just said, "Hey, sort it out," and they saved me $1,500 for 1 year on my
1,500.
phone
I saw it
with your eyes. I
with
know.
my eyeballs.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
That
I mean,
is
I
a
can't
lot
believe that
of
because they
money.
did the same thing on my auto insurance.
I for real thought this has to be a mistake or something. That is outstanding. I was psyched out of my
Yes.
mind for real. Because like I've had other savings, and they're always exciting, but that one my eyes popped out of my head.
Yeah.
But the
Well,
way
tell
they
the
do it
people.
is they will cancel your unwanted subscriptions, or you can ask them to negotiate like your insurance, or in this case my phone bill, or the music in my car, or whatever, and then they just write you back and say, hey, great news. And
Great news.
yeah, and so it's super easy, but I also just love it just to keep track, because like
Yes, that's what I like
miss
too.
stuff all the time. But here's the deal. You can cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/braincandy today. That's rocketmoney.com/braincandy. rocketmoney.com/braincandy. It's a free app. What are you freaking waiting for?
Yes,
That's what I always
Love it.
want to know.
love it. All right.
Okay, go ahead, Sarah.
First story. This is a real cute one and a real fun one. It shows why it's so important to have these kind of programs. There was a program, the STEM outreach program, that took place in Chicago, where they were encouraging students and kids to like go around and collect samples in the local environment. So imagine you're this 13-year-old girl, you're in a local park, and you go and you collect some goose poop, and you decide to get that sampled. And it ends up being a scientific discovery that ends up in scientific journals.
And it was goose poop.
It absolutely was. She discovered this bacterium that produces a chemical that I won't even try to pronounce that is toxic to skin and ovarian cancer cells.
What does that mean? Oh, it kills ovarian cancer?
Yep.
What the heck?
Yep. Her name's let me see how to say it right. Kamaria Williams, 13 years old, and this was the Chicago Antibiotic Discovery Project. This was the STEM
So
outreach
like
project.
they sent the poop away to get
No,
like-
they were looking it up. They were like investigating it and classifying it, and this happens to be, it's like she labeled the kinds of bacteria and found the bacteria in this goose poop as part of this research study.
That's awesome.
This still fits our number one podcast about number two stories.
Yeah.
even though it's
We
bullshit.
can't
I'm just
avoid it.
I
We
didn't even
can't.
mean to kick it off with that, because I have another story that I thought would be the poop story that I was going to talk about, but
Why do you think it's in all geese?
that's a very good question. I know that they are in the goose droppings at Garfield Park Lagoon in Chicago.
Why do you think though?
Uh,
Why would they be there?
I don't know. I think maybe it's the kind of bacteria. I would imagine it's probably in all goose poop, but maybe it has something to do with what they eat.
Yeah,
Or-
they poop
Yeah.
so much.
So much.
Like
It
if
is
there's a
ridiculous.
goose
And
around,
they're
there is poop everywhere.
I swear to God, they're as big as little dog shits.
Yeah.
If you walk down the street, and I live in Denver, and I thought there's a whole herd of geese, flock, I don't know, whatever you call it, shit ton of them. They don't seem to fly, but
They should call it a shit ton of geese.
yeah, it's just a shit ton.
Because it is.
Because it is a shit ton. That's
Right.
literally. Oh my God, Suze, that's exactly what's
It
happening.
writes itself.
It does. So I'm thinking they're gonna get out of here in the wintertime, right? No, I freaking looked it up. There are geese that just stay, and they're like local geese, and they shit all over the front.
Whenever we
yard.
lived in LA, do you remember how there was a period of time, it was like a 2-week period, where I had this duck
Yes.
that swam in my pool?
Yes.
And for the first couple of days, it was just like the best thing ever. Just the best. There's a duck in my pool swimming around.
Swimming around.
Well, those guys poop a lot too.
Oh,
And it was just a pool of poop. And
And
so
had you
the fun
known-
really ends.
unless you knew you had the cure for cancer that you were
Exactly.
Swimming
I should have
around in.
examined the droppings
right. Like this
for
little
some
girl
sort of
did.
discovery.
Yeah.
Who
And now
knew?
she's published in the ACS Omega Journal of, I don't know, sciencey stuff.
That's so great.
Yeah.
And she's just a regular girl.
Yeah, and this is why these kind of programs are really important. Why we need these like, STEM programs, and like this was like an after-school program or something that you sign your kids up for like science camp. You know, oh yeah, let's go sign them up for like the 6-week like outdoor discovery project happening in the community.
Tiff, did you enjoy things like this when you were in school? I did not.
No.
No.
Oh Jesus Christ!
It is such a pain.
Okay.
Like now I got to look for poo.
Yeah.
Right, or
Well,
like
she seemed
bugs or
very
something.
excited.
For real. Like maybe it was a voluntary like program
I think
maybe.
so. Well,
Well, that's
STEM
not so
outreach
bad.
program.
Oh, I hated projects like that. Cuz like I feel like it always advantages like kids that already have resources like and their parents help them. I'm over here like
Right.
feeding myself.
Didn't you win a science fair or something?
Oh yeah, I did one time.
Yeah.
I did. I got a blue ribbon.
Wait a
I
sec.
can't believe you remember
What
that.
the hell?
That's so nice of you to remember that.
Listen, only one person currently on this podcast is a blue ribbon. So it
That's right.
seems like
That's
you're really
right.
the one with a lot of
Maybe I'm
resources.
just
and
jealous.
those-
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, what's happening right now?
She's getting a little too much recognition for my
Yeah.
taste.
I went to science camp in 6th grade, but we didn't find
Science
any.
camp?
Yeah, they do that up here in California. 6th grade, all the kids go to science camp for a week.
Oh, it's
yeah, like the
mandatory?
sleepaway camp. Like the,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They had
But-
to stop doing that in Southern California because of the fires.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Okay, way to take it down, Sarah. Tiff,
know.
go ahead.
Yeah.
No,
Tiffany
I was gonna
couldn't
say
go there now.
the big thing for us, because it was like near Santa Cruz, was to kiss banana slugs
Oh,
during,
yeah.
and I wouldn't do it. I pretended.
Why
to.
did they
I was
make you
like-
kiss them?
Yeah.
I don't know. That was like the
weird.
thing to do while you were there, but I refused.
like a rite of passage kind of?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I could see that. Well, because they are crazy looking.
I don't think I've ever seen one. Are they real big?
Well, imagine a banana. Now make it slimy. There you go.
No.
You've now seen
I
one.
wouldn't have kissed it either, Tiff.
No.
It
Oh,
really does look,
gross.
it's that color yellow, and
Mhm.
they're all in like the redwoods and sequoias
Mm.
up there. That's what they like. What is it? Santa Cruz banana slugs? That's their
Yeah.
mascot?
hmm
Mascot.
Yeah.
Well, what's this girl's name you said?
Kamaria Williams, 13 years old.
I'm happy for her. She's gone
Yeah.
places.
She sure is.
Hmm.
Published. Oh, published at 13.
We should all be so lucky.
And you know what I love is these. This is not one of those stories where somebody else took the credit for it and it was published under some
Right,
other
some
dude's
dude's
name that
name, yeah.
happens all the time.
Mm-hmm. She's getting her due.
Okay, this. What else do I want to say? Talk about. Let's see. Oh,
Yeah.
this was flown around. This went viral, but now I know the full story. And okay, so did you see this like viral story going around about how the FBI raided a Chelsea gallery for stolen paintings for a stolen painting?
No.
Okay, so this story went out. It was this viral fake out, basically. There's a new movie that's coming out that's I don't know, some movie that's coming out. And in order to promote the movie, they set up this look-alike theft. So it was in this Chelsea art gallery. And this happened not that long ago. It was a couple months ago. There's Chelsea Art Gallery, and all of a sudden, these two FBI agents come in, and they say, "We're taking this art. We're taking this. This got to go. This is what do they call it? Like
a raid."
No, evidence. Evidence in this is stolen property. You know, we're confiscating this or whatever. And it turns out, and then I first heard that story and like saved this story as a thing to talk about on the podcast, because I was going to be like, oh, look at that. Another art heist, another like art weird thing, you know, that's going on in the art world, and criminals stealing art, blah, blah, blah. But it was actually to promote this movie, and the movie is based on an actual museum heist where the same thing happened. It's at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. Two men posed as cops, stole 13 pieces of artwork worth $500 million.
So they were posing as like FBI people.
Yes, these guys. I mean, so in the real one.
Yeah,
and now to promote the movie, which I got to give it to them. Clever marketing.
Right. But I like the real story better. That's interesting. That's a good way to do it.
I know.
Although it seems like you can pretty much steal art all the time. I hear about so many heists.
Well, you can draw all over it and you don't get in trouble, or knock it over and you get nothing more than a please leave the museum.
Yeah. But it does seem like there is a fair amount of like art like incidents where a piece gets stolen because they like distract the fucking security guard for 2 seconds. You know what I mean? It seems too easy.
It seems way too easy. And I think that was a big reason why this went viral and why everybody thought that that's what was happening.
As an aside, I didn't read the article, but I saw the headline that in Denmark there was an art exhibit that was starving baby pigs, little piglets, and as like art, and then somebody came and stole the pigs, of course, to save them. But like, what kind of that is not art.
That is not art.
Right?
Oh. And anybody who's listening who's like a vegetarian who's out there thinking like, yeah, but you eat animals. Yeah, but I don't torture them first. And if you said, and you're going to say the whole process is torture, I know. But to put it on display and...
Wow, I didn't even think of that.
Well, I mean, isn't that what the argument you think would be?
I mean, I hear you. The piece.
It's like we got to shock people. I hate everything about it. But it's not like a two wrongs don't make a right.
I think, though, in that case, it's not usually somebody who has a legitimate point. It's always like some fucking weird-ass art sociopath.
Yeah, they're all weird art people.
I'll tell you what's not weird. Yeah. And that is liking your hair to grow fast.
Oh, amen, sister.
And that's why we love Nutrafol. I did see this article about how, like, people have like developed a paranoia. They think that they're balding. Girls and women think they're balding, probably from like TikTok content.
Oh yeah, I had that. Yeah. I for sure had that.
You thought
perimenopause.
Well, right. It's like then there are real things that happen, whether it's like having a baby or hormones or perimenopause. Like, some of us aren't paranoid.
Right.
It's just what's happening.
Absolutely.
So if you were one of those people, give Nutrafol a try. This isn't like voodoo. It's science.
And I think other people need to know, because some people who've listened to the show and asked me questions about this don't realize that this is something a pill that you take.
Yeah,
this is starting from the inside out. This is not something that you have to topically apply to your hair. This isn't like some
potion.
Yeah.
No.
Put this oil on your head and rub a whole bunch. Nope. You pop a pill in the morning. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. And there's all sorts of things that happen throughout a woman's life that can cause changes in your hair growth. So this helps. This Mother's Day, consider Nutrafol, the best-selling hair growth supplement. Whether you're gifting to yourself or a loved one, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off any order. Enjoy free shipping when you subscribe. Go to Nutrafol.com and enter promo code BrainCandyGift. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code BrainCandyGift. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code BrainCandyGift.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Here's a question for you.
What?
Have you ever been so sure that something happened way before it actually did? Like, oh, that was forever ago. But it turns out it wasn't that long ago?
I feel like I have the opposite problem, where things seem like they just happen, and it's like because of the pandemic, there's like this gap. Like things in 2019 feel like they were not that long ago. But that's like 6 years ago.
But even when you think about being a kid, oh, that was forever ago.
And you feel like it's not?
Well, everybody except Susie.
No, I'm just asking. Tell me what you mean.
There was a study that was done by this guy named Brian Sherman at UPenn, and he wanted to study this phenomenon because it does show up where people...
It's a phenomenon.
Yes, it's this thing that your brain does where it's lying about time, or we'll call it a perception effect.
Really?
Where your brain is lying, and we now know why. So participants in this study saw images once or multiple times, and then they would place them on a timeline. Like, when did I see this? Which came first, second, third? And through the study, they learned that images that were remembered, or images that were repeated, were remembered as having occurred earlier. So that means any memory that we access more frequently, our brain tags as being older than a memory that maybe happened more recently, but we haven't accessed it a whole bunch. So the more they call it the temporal repetition effect. And the effect even held when people were tested a week later. So our memory strength does not align with our perception of time. The more we access a memory, the more we look at it, the older we think it is, and that does not line up to the accuracy of actual time.
Why would that be, though? Like, why do you think the brain would do that? This is always fun. She will come up with something. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that is a good question. Like, why? There's got to be some protective factor or it says if you've had to reference it a lot, then it probably becomes put in your, this is
Long
my
ago and
belief
far
system.
away.
Yeah. Or
That's
this
wild.
is part of my foundation, or like my structure for my belief system, or who I am. Or sometimes it's like memories of and it's hard with the grades because the grades are like, if the grades kind of help me put markers on things. But if you were to just take this year, and maybe don't think of stuff so far in the past, but if you were just take this year and put things on a timeline, memories that you've accessed more, things that you've gone back to, will feel older.
Well, I think the most obvious example for you is the clip they always play of Johnny taking
Oh
her
my
money.
God. That is such a good example, Susie. That feels like it happened 1 billion years ago.
Right, because you're constantly being forced to access it,
What
right?
a great example. All the
Okay,
time.
So that feels like a long time ago.
That feels like longer ago than other challenges I've done. And I know that was the last challenge I did.
Okay. Wow.
It feels almost like a fresh, like we're popping open a little memory Tupperware container. And it's like, that one's fresh because I haven't really thought about that. And you know, when somebody, like we do our live Q&A and our Patreon, and somebody, usually George, shout out to George, he will remind me of a person I was on a challenge with.
Sarah will ask the people in the live, like, did I do a challenge with this person?
I don't remember.
And they know, and she does not. And she was on the show.
It's too many. And I can't keep straight. Did I watch it or was I on it? I can't remember this stuff. Well,
I feel like that from working with Kathy.
Why?
Sometimes, I don't know, like the D list is on Peacock now, so I could rewatch it. And some of the times I'm watching it and I'm like, oh my God, we did do that. Like, I don't remember that stuff happened.
Okay.
It's like a
By the way,
refresher
we
on the
need to
memory.
watch that on Peacock.
Oh my God.
Because what a hoot that
so fun.
freaking show was.
So
Does
fun.
it feel good to watch it, or does it just feel like another life, or what?
It does feel like another life, but then it's fun to watch back to be like, oh wow, I did a lot of stuff.
You really did. You really did. How many episodes is that, do you think? Probably.
It was 5 seasons, 6 seasons.
Oh my gosh.
That is a
I think I came
ton.
in at season 3 and I did either 2 or 3 seasons. I forget.
Yeah, you're.
It was so good.
Do people? Are you on Cameo? Do people request
Are you on
you?
Cameo? Great
I'm
question.
not on Cameo.
You should be on that.
God, yeah, you should be.
I'll get like $10 a video. I don't
I
want to
know
be
that.
like
Well, that's fine.
Nikki Blonsky on TikTok. Have you seen that?
No, what is she doing? Tell me. I want to
You
know
know,
because
The chick from Hairspray.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Oh.
had a very steep decline, and now people make fun of all the cameos that she does, and she gets like $10 each.
The Cameo dilemma is because Sarah is on Cameo and she does these really nice.
I'll sing.
videos
I'll
for
do whatever people want. I'll play my ukulele. You want a song? I'll freaking give you a song. I am not below that.
No, and they ask for pep talks. It's real cute. You do a great job. Sarah's always like, Suze, you should be on there. And I'm like, oh, no, I should not be on there because it'd be $10 Cameo scenario.
Well,
I don't want that. I don't want
Yeah.
$10 that bad.
that's smart. That's, I might, I'm like
You know?
a penny saved, penny earned. So,
I know.
or
no,
whatever.
but yours aren't $10 either.
No, they're 35.
And that is a big
The
difference.
low price. And then they take a big, huge cut. So feels like it might as well be $10. But anyways, check out my Cameo.
Anywho.
I'm Sarah Rice. You can
Or
get
Nikki
whatever you want.
Blonsky.
Or Nikki
Nikki
Blonsky's. Check
Or
out hers too.
what
She
if-
needs it real bad.
I don't want
Yeah.
to inspire somebody to get a Nikki Blonsky cameo for us.
God. Oh.
I'm going
to. If you have to, you have to. You have to. There's a challenge gal. Maybe you've heard of her, Jemmy.
Man,
Really?
why don't
You
I remember
know her?
Jimmy? No.
Okay, well, she's not a big fan of us. And somebody got a cameo asking like what she liked about us. And she fucking did it. For $20 US.
Hey, is bananas on there? You should get one from him.
I know.
His is too pricey. It's like not
Too
worth
pricey.
it. $250 or something.
And we don't want to give him the satisfaction,
Yeah.
paying.
And he's smart enough that he would do it in a way that it's technically a compliment, but it's like mean. Like,
Yeah.
It's like
My
a
favorite thing about her
backhanded-
is that she won me a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And that she was dumb enough to not da-da-da-da-da. I can see that.
Exactly. But we'll stick with
Yep.
these $20 ones. That's where I think that's our time to shine.
Okay, I'm like flying through these.
I did not see Nikki Blonsky coming up today.
I didn't either. Didn't have that.
That was a surprise. What did you say, Sarah? You don't have anything else? Are we
No,
done?
no, I do. I still have
Oh,
two more
okay.
stories.
I thought you
but
were like,
I'm
I don't have
gonna-
anything
I'm
else.
just like, I gotta slow them down. I gotta give you all the more details.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, I got another one for you.
Okay.
Here's my question: are you somebody who sings when they eat a little meal, or when you make yourself like a snack, or when you bite into good food? Do you ever like hum to yourself, or
No.
No.
Who's doing
for
that?
real?
I'm too busy eating.
Yeah, right.
Me and Winnie the Pooh maybe, and
You mean like you're so
Well-
psyched out of your mind about it that you like get
sometimes like ooh, and you like do maybe a little like dance before, like you kind of like take a bite of a sandwich, and I kind of like
wow.
do like a little like food dance. Like it could be an ADHD thing or like a neuroatypical thing.
I could see that.
I could definitely see that. I mean, I'm saying this as somebody who does this, but I'm not alone because also gorillas do it. And it's really cute. Gorillas literally sing while they eat.
You're gonna say that.
Yep.
That's cute. Okay.
Like they're doing little mealtime jazz improv.
No way. When they're
Yep.
eating or prepping.
Both, and when they're eating. And this research was done by Dr. Eva Maria Loof at the Max Planck Institute on Western lowland gorillas. And they produce what they call food songs or hums during meals. It's really cute.
It's so cute. What do you think it is?
Yeah.
Just joy?
That's a good question. So the silverback gorillas sing the most. And so I would like to think that it's because they're happy and they're, just doing their cute little gorilla dance, because they sing differently for different foods.
No.
And the researchers say that it sounds like they're also composing songs because they add to it. And so
Why
bet
would
they
they
have
sing differently for different foods, do you
'cause
think?
I would sing differently if I liked, ooh, I'm eating my tacos. Or
Stop!
it would
You
be like,
would?
I mean, I'd probably sing
Well,
differently
what
for
if it
different
were-
foods. I feel like this goes in the same category as like people who sing songs to their pets. It's like I have a high level of there's probably like a serotonin, dopamine, like joy increase like around, oh, I'm about to get fed. And then I get that like dopamine rush when I take a first bite, and it's like
How long do you sing during
that
it?
that is like a little not
How
a
many
lot,
bites would
but
you say? Like maybe 3?
I would have to see I'd have to be really hungry because I can
Maybe
remember
it's just
on
the
the
first
challenge.
one.
And then like in the prep of the food, and when you're making really good food, I'm like, ooh, this looks so good. That kind of, there's like a little sing-songy.
I remember what Tiffers. Remember when you had like you got super fit, and I was like, What's your secret? And you were like, oh, eat less, move more. And I was like, oh. I was so mad. I really wanted it to be like something else.
Some unheard of secret.
Yeah.
Turns out.
So
maybe
science.
singing while you're eating is good because you slow down and you're like more
Okay.
mindful and you're enjoying yourself. I'm just always eating too fast on the go, so I don't have time to sing.
What's your like food thing you love the most?
Me or Sarah?
Yeah,
Tiffany.
Tiffers. Yeah, I know.
She
Sarah's.
knows what mine is.
What is yours?
Well, I mean, God, there's several. I know
Yeah.
she does love peanut M&Ms like a lot.
I do.
She makes food like while she's sleeping,
I do.
will wake up with like a peanut butter sandwich on her chest,
I have done this.
like
Sleepy.
nocturnal.
From Ambien? Do you take
Yeah.
Ambien?
No, I wish.
No.
Ambien would probably help. No, just from insomnia. But next month I'm going into a sleep study, so this is probably for a good
When
thing.
she stayed at my house, like in the guest house, she made
Oh, yeah, I
ramen on the stove, full cooking. Didn't eat it.
and then left it there.
While you were sleepwalking?
Yeah, she has no
probably.
memory of
and
it.
I think it's because I'm in a new environment. I probably I don't know.
It's
yeah,
so
I do.
unsafe.
I do weird things. I didn't even eat it. I made it. Sat right there on the stove.
Sarah
Thank God
can
I turned the stove off.
crush, like a Mediterranean platter.
Yes, that is
Like
it.
that is her
the
thing.
answer.
Like she can really go hard on hummus.
So hard.
So
Mine's
what's
probably
yours?
like chips and salsa.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like Susie.
Same.
She loves that never-ending chip bowl from Chili's.
Chili's.
Oh,
Yeah.
my kids love that.
Yeah.
They love that.
Sometimes I
Oh.
wish that it did have a bottom.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, oh, you gotta cut me off. I could eat them all day. So yours are just like regular old chips and salsa.
Yeah.
Mm.
Suze, I have a good news, bad news situation.
What?
Good
you gotta
news.
go?
No, what if I
What?
said that?
I
No.
don't know. What?
Good news is I found a listing on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace for the chili from an old Chili's sign
Yeah.
that was for sale.
What's the bad? You missed
Bad
out?
news, I missed out, and it was so expensive.
How
much would you
much?
pay? How much would you pay for
A
that?
great question.
How much would you pay?
How big is it?
Full size. So we're talking. That's from the side.
Like a marquee?
It doesn't say Chili's. It's the pepper.
Fuck.
Which is even better.
I mean, it actually is better. I know. $500?
Oh, that's what it was $350. Damn it!
Oh
I
my
let it
God,
go.
a steal!
And then I thought, how would I get it to her? How
You
would I
could have
ever get
said,
it?
Suze, here's a listing. You could have just sent me it.
It was like around your birthday time, and I was like,
I
No, it
can't
was
believe
before
she
that, around
sat
Christmas
on
time.
that all these months.
I know, because I thought maybe it would still be available. Maybe one day I'll find one. I had to sit on
my
this,
God,
but then
that
we
is
worked
so
Chili's into the
nice. Thank you for
conversation, and now I have to
looking.
tell you. But
She felt guilty.
I did. I was
Thank
like-
you so much for
But then
even
they had like a
trying.
follow-up listing where it still said $350 in the description, but then it was listed for $250. So I thought maybe the price is going down, but then it wasn't on there. So
Wow. I wonder how they got it. You know
I know
what
that.
I
I
mean?
told you it was a good news, bad news thing, was it not?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I'll tell you what else is.
Just good news.
Sarah was like getting me out of that. I painted myself into a corner on that transition.
I got you.
Right. Well, I was going to be like, you know what? I'm going to need to deal with this pain, and that is BetterHelp, but then I messed up. Okay, thanks. But I still need BetterHelp.
Yeah.
Okay. And this podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, by the way. We all need it because life is freaking hard.
It's so hard being a person.
Also, I don't like going anywhere. So what is better than therapy you can go to without going anywhere?
And I want people to know that sometimes you can go to therapy without having maybe like a therapist is great at helping with specific goals. If you've got those, great. But sometimes a therapist can also just be a person to help process, AKA have a giant vent fest, what's going on in the world around us. And sometimes it can get exhausting to talk about people, or you're around people who maybe don't understand or don't agree with us or don't listen or don't care. And so it's really, it can feel really good. At least that's what I use it for sometimes.
I think, you're probably speaking from experience based on what you're hearing in the world. And like even a friend of mine is in recovery, and when they go to like their online groups, a lot of what people are talking about is like politics, and not family stuff or whatever. It's like
we just need to like get it off our chest and talk about the feelings. And then once we process those, we can start taking action, which a therapist can help you do too.
Yeah, so like whatever you're struggling with or just want to talk about, whether it's stress or relationships or grief or whatevs, you can find somebody that specializes in that. And your well-being is worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/BrainCandy today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/BrainCandy. Okay. Sarah Louise.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, we were talking about singing gorillas.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder why they're singing though.
So some people say that it might signify that it's time to start eating, like it's their signal, because especially since that's what I was thinking, especially since it's the silverbacks who do it first, because they're usually the ones who get to eat first because they're the dominant, males in the troop. And, then they probably have different songs or, and also this is us humans.
Yeah.
Personifying the sounds they make and calling them songs. That could just be their regular. He could just be like, yo, we got some real good flowers over here.
Flowers.
Well, that's one of the things they sing. They sing more for flowers and nuts.
Why, you think?
Because the others are just leaves and they're regular. I feel like flowers and nuts are the
it's
fun
like their
stuff
dessert.
that are, that's what it feels
food.
like. So it feels like jungle junk food.
That's so
flowers
cute.
and nuts. And that's when they sing more. And it feels like they're saying, guys, the good stuff's right here. Tonight we're grubbing on some nuts and some flowers. Yeah. So.
Well, and they're probably super hungry. They work hard, those guys.
Yeah, they also eat a lot.
Do they really?
Yeah, I think a lot. Like, have you seen when a troop comes through and they just go through eating and everything's just picked clean?
No.
It's good. It's essentially what I would imagine. I'm just saying this is like Sarah's got a theory, but I'm sure this is true. You know how we have like fires here that just help to clear away brush?
Yeah,
I think that is
part of the ecosystem.
Part of what they're doing out there.
That's real cute, Sarah.
Right? Yeah. So
now when you dance, you'll feel like connected to.
That's kind of what I do. I feel like, and I love those stories that, I don't know, maybe explain why we do the people things that we do. And I think it's fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And they're just so cute. You want to hear one of my favorite jokes? Also really great with 7-year-olds. Actually, probably only great with 7-year-olds.
Come to think of it.
Why do gorillas have big nostrils?
Oh, God. To put their fingers up there.
Because they have big fingers.
So dumb.
You could also reverse it of why do gorillas have big fingers. Because they have big nostrils. But
Sarah crushes it with like 7-year-old jokes.
That's it. But
you should try that with your daughters tonight and see how it goes.
It works even better if you could do like a finger picking motion.
Yeah.
That works very well.
Mm-hmm. Yes. They're into butt jokes these days. A lot of butt, a lot of fart jokes.
Oh, so gross. Are you a farting family?
We are a farting family. I'm not the farter.
Well,
My husband
suspect.
and my youngest.
Oh, they're in coats.
Tiffany, how did this happen to
And
you?
toots.
My husband, I think. He just
Right.
lets it rip.
So, like, do you remember the first one?
Good question. Your fartiversary?
Fartiversary.
Do you like? Because I feel like it's like that's the day.
I don't remember the first one, but I know it wasn't like too long after we started dating. Like he didn't try to hide it for that long, I feel like.
Well, did you grow up in a farting home?
Probably not as much as I feel like we are now.
God. Okay, so maybe when he farted, your husband, you weren't as offended as someone like me would have been.
No.
Because once that first one happens, that's a moment of truth. You can either set yourself up for a lifetime of farts or not. And I'll tell you what I'm doing.
I'm in it for the lifetime.
My
I have no
God.
choice at this point.
Do you care?
At this point, no.
Wow.
But I like how he shames me if I let one sneak past.
Well, now we have a
And
problem.
Yes.
He
Are
shames
you
me.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Well, because that is the only benefit to being in a farting family is then now
No
it's
shame. Right.
a free-for-all.
Wait, but do you go in a room and fight or hide and fart? What do you
It's
do?
called the bathroom. Same place I shit. Like, it's not hiding. It's doing it where it belongs. I'm not hiding when I poo.
But you don't always have to shit when you fart. Like
Correct,
a fart
but
can just be a fart.
I will not do it anywhere but the bathroom.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
She really is missing out on the under the cover action.
That is the last
I mean, not with a partner.
place.
Not with a partner. I sleep alone. So
Well, then that's fine. You can do it wherever.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying.
I'm
When you're
so
by
sure you think
yourself-
I'm going in the bathroom when I'm home alone.
I did for a second there. I did. I will say I did. That I did. I don't know.
See, this is when I go quiet, Tiff. Okay, so I can see why you would think that because I am being so dramatic about it.
Yeah,
But
a
really,
little.
it's just about consideration.
What about
for
on an
others.
airplane?
Absolutely not.
It's literally my favorite place.
Yes.
That is sociopathic.
No, nobody ever smells it. It's getting sucked up into the air,
That-
and I don't have stinky
you-
ones, but it just muffles the sound. If
You've
there were
never
to be any
smelled a fart on a
accident.
plane?
Yeah, my
Yeah, but
husband,
not my own.
my kids, they'll do it. They'll rip ass. They don't care.
I don't know how I even have ever flown because most people are probably doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Sarah's probably doing it next to you if you guys have ever taken a flight.
Oh my God. Sarah, would you do that?
Next
would you
to
risk it? That is funny.
I wouldn't. And
Because there would be
You know,
hell to pay.
I also, once I got really great advice from my brother, just out of nowhere. He once told me,
Oh my God.
you know, I've got good advice. Or there's one piece of advice I always listen to. I said, what's that? And he goes, never trust a fart. And I think that's good advice to live by.
Oh, because it might be a poo.
It might be a poo.
Sure.
You never know. I mean, you
That's
think
right.
you know,
and that is
but
great advice.
It is. So
I agree with
I
him.
listened to that, and so far, so good. We're
Oh my God. But haven't you ever been on
a
a
lot of
plane where
days,
somebody
no
is doing it and it is disgusting?
it is bad because it's usually somebody who maybe trusted one that they shouldn't have, and now is stuck.
So you actually think like the farts generally on a plane are like sucked up, as you said? You said sucked
It
up.
kind of feels like that. It feels like there's like air circulating, like it's not like hanging out. Like, and mine
my
aren't
God.
stinky. They're. I eat,
That
I
is
eat
a
clean
lie.
enough.
Why would
It's
you even
probably
say
a lie.
that?
It's probably a lie.
But I appreciate that, like, when we travel together and we're in the same hotel room, she doesn't do it.
No, I don't.
Oh my God, I would die.
I mean, I
would
don't
die.
do it. Like when I'm with my
No.
friends, I don't do it. But
Right.
like,
So why doesn't everyone practice this all the time? Like, it's easy. I promise. It is easy once you just try it.
Just squeeze your sphincter.
Yeah. And like your husband, oh my God, I would get a divorce. I really would.
we
Poor
have no
Adam.
privacy in this house. When I'm in the bathroom, they'll all just walk in, even if the door is closed.
Even if the door is closed
Mhm.
and you're like going
I would
beyond.
hate that.
Yeah.
Oh, I would hate that. Excuse
You're a nice
me.
lady.
That's what I would say. Excuse me.
They're
But
like,
I
"You
also
can't
don't.
talk
I
to me."
haven't ever given birth. So
Sarah, remember
Yeah.
one time you walked in on me when I was in the tub?
yes, that was terrifying. It's like never again. I'm sorry.
I was infuriated
So
because
mad.
I could not figure out like why you would do it. Like,
I honestly didn't know you were in there.
but the door was totally shut and the radio was on. It's not like it was quiet in there, you know?
I must have not heard. I must have not heard the radio or it. I don't know.
For whatever
I
reason, you
fully
did not
thought
think I was in there.
I was just like, yeah, go for it. I thought
I
the
was so
music was coming.
furious. I was just like,
She's so mad.
what is wrong with you? I just need a lot of privacy. This is probably why I didn't do well on the challenge.
Yeah, that is where you have
In the challenge house, like even the showers, there was no shower walls even.
No,
It's just a nozzle
Was
in
it like
the middle of a room.
A locker room?
Not even. Like there's not even a wall on the bathroom in that ruins house.
Yes,
it was just nozzles.
like one of those corners, like a hotel with a corner that's a wall that maybe separates and it's just a nozzle up on the ceiling and an all tile or.
And there was no door on the bathroom or anything. It was just a hallway, a wall. You go around and there's nozzles and there you go. And you got a shower in front of all these fools.
And if you were sitting on the toilet, you could see you could see everything in the shower.
Isn't that
So
sick?
you couldn't go to the bathroom and shower. At the same time.
Yeah.
I have PTSD.
Yeah. There you go.
All
right, I've got one more story for you.
Yeah. All right. I'm drained.
Yeah, well, this one's a nice little palate cleanser for the end, I guess. I don't know, something like that, a little dessert. Have you ever looked around and thought, why does everything feel beige?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Like from clothes to like Instagram, even movies, like the
Everything is-
saturation
Yeah.
has gone down. Mm-hmm. It is not just you. The world is literally getting less colorful.
Why?
I think that's a fun thing to explore. So there was a study that was done by UK Science Museum Group on over 7,000 photographed objects. And they looked at these objects since the 1800s. And since then, they've seen an increase in gray tones and decrease in browns and yellows. And they do have some theories on why this could be, that it could be tied to changes in material, that we're moving away from more of the, when it was a switch from wood, that was more of those like
Natural.
natural colors to plastic and steel.
Okay.
And then also like minimalism, social trends. It's like the sad beige aesthetic.
I don't like
blame
it.
Kim and Kanye.
For
their house.
real.
Yeah. For all of their clothing lines. Like it's the same thing. And let me tell you, when she came out with ski gear, like I think there was like Skims, like ski stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing screams you shouldn't be designing ski gear more than making ski gear white.
Why? I don't
What
know.
happens if you're skiing and you fall down and hurt yourself and you're dressed in all white?
Is it grass stains or what? Like, I don't know.
On the snow? You can't get fat. You're lost.
Oh.
If you are in an avalanche, if something happens and you are in snow and you are dressed in all white, you could say goodbye.
I
Nobody's
didn't get
finding
that.
you.
I didn't get it.
Yeah. I think every time I see that, I'm like, what? These people don't know what they're doing. These people are rookies.
I just would never think you would be lost because I'm not going off a beaten trail. You know what I mean? That wouldn't have occurred
but like
to me.
you fall and you're trying to get found somewhere. It's so easy to go off the trail. Like nobody should wear white skiing.
Okay.
It's a bad idea.
Good tip.
So there you go. Well, and especially companies. I think companies should not design white clothes. It's
Should
like
be outlawed.
designing, I don't know, something where you needed to be visible. You know, they talk about that with kids' bathing suits. Like there were all those studies with kids' bathing suits when you
That makes
about
sense.
how you could see in a pool.
Whoa.
Like you shouldn't have blue bathing suits or green bathing suits for kids because if they start drowning, you cannot see them after about 2 feet deep.
Good
It's much
grief.
easier to spot. I think purple, orange, red. There are some certain colors that, and then at a certain depth, because of our eyes and water, like certain colors like disappear with the water at certain depths. So yeah, check out those studies if you got
No, for real.
kids
I had no idea.
yeah, that's very important.
I did just see, I don't know if it was like a TikToker theory or something silly or like that, but somebody theorized that the reason that all those Kardashians have like the beige and white homes is so that they can apply their body filters more easily. Like on their videos.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's as good a theory as any.
Well, it is.
Because I'm sure if it were like a, kaleidoscope situation, with lots of colors, you would have
or
more
even patterns.
Yeah.
You can't have patterns because that's exactly what people see. They see the grains of wood, and they're doing it all the time.
Yeah.
That's a good theory.
Yeah. Right.
And
I
you know
don't
what?
like it.
That may be something that's like an unconscious thing that they're doing. That they want to use those filters. They've received so much negative feedback for when they try to, and that's the mistake that they've somehow they've almost learned this.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the idea that we're moving towards a more neutral world.
I don't know.
I think it reflects, me and psychology thinks that it feels, neutrals will feel safe and calming, but also reflects conformity. And when I think about all of those dystopian future societies where everybody's wearing the same color onesie, I'm like, how far away are we from that? Because, I don't know, Lululemon in monochromatic outfits, those, one-piece leotards, we're basically there.
Well, maybe too, though, it's like if you feel the world is chaotic, then maybe people crave more
I see.
simplicity and soothing. It might not be sinister all the time. It could just be like, we're all so fucking overwhelmed.
It's so noisy out there that I need something minimal and like quiet in my space. Kind of
because
like
when I'm
that
looking
Scandinavian
at Tiffany's
style.
pretty setting, it is
It's
soothing.
so calming. It's so soothing.
Clean and like,
And don't be fooled by this background. The rest of my house is neutral.
Okay.
I don't have any
it's
colors. I have
beige.
all white couch. I have a white couch. I have white walls. I have everything is beige.
Well, what
except
makes
some
you
plants.
choose that if you love color?
Because I think the plants are and it's what you say. It's too noisy and it's too loud. So I need to be in a space where there aren't as many distracting. It's fun. It's inspiring. But I think I don't want to be inspired when I'm trying to rest.
Okay. Is that how you feel, Tiffany?
Yeah, and also it feels like cleaner.
Yeah, clean. Right.
Way cleaner.
I agree.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I
makes
do
sense.
hate-
And in a busier world, when there are more people, we're more like on top of each other than ever, and it's only getting worse. It's like I want stuff to be away.
Well, and they called it, I've read articles where they describe it as like the HGTV effect, where like, a lot of the homes that they redo on that network have like a very specific, clean,
Aesthetic.
minimalist look, and that people are sort of just replicating that. And because it's just a trend.
Yeah,
But
well, and
I
also
don't
you
know.
couldn't do that if you did a maximalist, whatever, however you say that word, approach, because that would be really expensive to do in a home. So what we're seeing is somebody is
On a budget.
production being budget
Maybe.
conscious, and then, because I bet if you came back a year, there would be more personal items, more things that people would add, make it maybe look more lived in. But I think people are taking that and going, oh, I should make it look like all the staged homes that are just sets,
Right,
and
on
those are
Zillow,
just
like the
that
Zillow
because
effect,
it's
too.
expensive to keep adding more and more and more and more. But if you go to like Architectural Digest, where the budget is like unlimited, they are maximalist homes with a bunch of stuff and like feels very designed out,
Tiffany, your
different.
normal job, you have a day job, and you, besides this job that's free right now today,
Yeah.
and you work from home.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about that?
I love it.
Yeah, right?
I only go in the office when I have to.
It's the best.
That's like once a month, maybe.
Wow.
Nice.
Isn't it great?
Mm-hmm.
I do not understand this push that we're seeing of like, come back to the office. Why?
Right.
Yeah.
I would be so mad. I hope that doesn't happen to you. What would you
Me
do?
too.
Would you be so upset?
Yeah, I wouldn't go back.
Yeah, right. Because that would be so disruptive to your whole life.
God, then we're going to have
structure.
to actually pay her for this work.
I know. Then I'll really need a job.
Yeah, like we're spoiled, Sarah. We get to work from
I know.
home. Like,
I know.
And we don't have to worry about the threat of somebody telling us.
And my clients prefer it.
Yeah.
A lot of them,
Right.
you know, with busy schedules. Therapy is like a weird outlier where unless it's
Right.
therapy with kids, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you did good, Sarah. Tiffany, man, what a treat.
Thank you.
I mean,
yeah.
we're
Thank you
so
so
lucky to
much.
have you.
Thank you for joining us. It's so fun.
Thank you. And thank
Just
you
wanna
for
make you laugh all
listening.
the time.
Be sure to go to thebraincandypodcast.com if you want to find all of our codes. That's what keeps the lights on around here. Or you could join our patreon.com/braincandy if you want our challenge, reality TV content. And leave us a 5-star review because, like, I mean, we have fragile egos is what I'm saying.
Yeah. We read every one. So.
Hey, Tiff, you want these people to follow you or are you private?
No, I'm public
Ooh, what's your handle?
at Tiffany Helzer. If you want to see a lot of kid content and sports.
It's a treat. You should, because as Sarah always points out,
Oh, she got some badass little girls.
badass little brainiacs in training.
Outgoing and sporty.
All right, friends, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.